you all for attending. I will now call the roll for the record of board members in attendance. Joanne, here. Mary?
Here.
Monica? Monica.
Present.
Alfreda?
Here.
Melina?
Here.
And Gloria.
Here.
And then we have Megan. Okay, with 6 of the 7 voting members in attendance, we have a quorum. Staff, is anyone present in person, online, or by phone to speak during the citizen comment period?
So we have one person here, so I'm going to click on allow to talk and see if they are wanting to speak during this period.
Okay.
So we have Lexi Schmeider, and we now have a citizen comment period, and so there she is.
I'm just watching.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. We will now consider approval by motion of the November 9th, 2021 and October 12th, 2021 meeting minutes. Do I hear a motion?
Yes.
Gloria, okay. The motion was made by Gloria. Do I hear a second?
I second.
Okay, the second was made by Alfreda. Does the board have any discussion or corrections regarding the minutes? All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All against say no, say nay, rather. The motion to approve is carried. We will now receive a presentation from Carol Griffith, Housing and Community Development Manager, on the preliminary average scores by the board of the applications of the Human Services Grant Funding. After the presentation, we will roll right into the next agenda item, which is to hold a staff facilitated discussion among board members on the FY 2001-22 Human Services Grant applications for the purpose of comparison, evaluation, and selection to create a recommendation to City Council on which applicant agencies should receive funding and how much funding should be granted to each selected agency. So now I'll turn the floor over to Carol. But Carol, before I turn it over to you, can I bring up the my proposal to the board per our phone conversation?
Sure, let me bring up the, I think I'm muted. Nope, I'm not. I'll bring up the spreadsheet.
Okay.
And yep, we can use that to get started.
Okay. We had some discrepancies for the outreach ministry for First Baptist Church. We had 3 at 100,000. We had 1 at 75, and we had 2 at 90. So I called Carol and asked if she would give, if she would consider an average score. And she said she would, and the average score is 92.5. And so that's still in the high range for the 100 and the 90. And it's also in an acceptable range for Eleanor, who voted at 75. I also called Eleanor today and I discussed this with her. And she said, if the board, and I say if, I won't put any words in her mouth. She said, if the board agrees to the 92.5 for First Baptist Church, she said that she would agree as well. I think that's an acceptable amount since we couldn't all come to an agreement on 100,000, but just to average it out, it's still a very high amount, I think, and one that is fair of 92.5. And so I guess I can open it up to see how many are okay with the 92.5. And the reason that I made this call to her is because even though 3 had came up with 100,000, it was still 50% in agreement. And so that's what my foundation is now in making this adjustment, that it was 50%. And the other agencies that we had came to agreement on, we didn't have that split. And so is everybody okay with the 92.5? And then we can move on. I see Milena saying, okay. Alfreda, is it okay with you?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I agree.
Gloria,
Oh, yes, I agree.
Mary,
Oh, yes.
and Monica?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, then it is Carol, it is 100% agreed to at 92.5.
Okay. And we will put that in. Okay. Then that is set. And then, so thank you very much for clarifying that one. And then we will go on to our list for this evening. Before we get started, I did want to bring